community group leaders and teachers. I hope y'all are doing well, having a fabulous day. Hey, I'm excited because I get to introduce this week's Leadership Minute. This is one more tool that you can have in your tool belt to lead more effectively. We've been talking throughout this month about different ways that we can grow as leaders to reach the culture that's radically changing around us with the hope of the gospel and meet some practical issues that we see coming on the horizon. This week I want to talk about another issue, and that is the issue of being argumentative or talking over people. As a society as a whole, a major problem that we have is that we are quick to be at odds with one another. You can see this in politics all the time. We villainize one side over the other side, and we claim that they're wrong, that we're right. We like to bash each other, and so that's a bad deal. Not only is it politics, but it's an issue that we do all over the map. We have forgotten the art of listening to other people, and instead we come in with a preconceived idea, and we like to fight for our idea and our right to hold our own idea. That's great in theory, except for the fact that James tells us to be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. So when we talk about what are we called to do as followers of Jesus, and how can we overcome people that are quick to be angry and already have preconceived ideas that they come in with ready, ramped up, with their guard up, ready to fight for their right to hold that for you, we listen. As leaders, the best thing that we can do in fighting this combatant attitude that our society has around us is simply listen. I have been in a couple of meetings recently where people didn't do a good job listening to each other, and just getting in a room and talking and hearing each other's hearts. We're able to actually listen to each other and engage with each other. One of those meetings, I was actually called out on not listening very well, and so I am grateful for that advice then, but I am even more grateful that I can pass on to each of us as leaders the challenge to listen, to be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. The truth is that as we listen to people around us and hear them share their feelings and validate their feelings by saying, I hear you saying this, that you really feel this way. I'm so sorry you feel that way. Just by doing that, by acknowledging that they have legitimate feelings and the source of their feelings is from some event that happened, that validates them, brings their guard down. Then they're at a place where they can hear truth, whether they're offended by the gospel or they're offended by something else. And more often than not, we as a leader can overcome that issue. I want to end with this story. A couple of years ago, I was on staff at a church in Phoenix, and one gentleman in particular was really frustrated. We had dropped the ball with him on some issues. I was part of the reason to blame. There were things that were going on in my life that impacted that, but the truth is that I didn't follow up with him in a way that I should have. So he called me up, and he was really, really frustrated, hot under the collar. And so I said, I'm sorry, why don't you tell me more? He spent an hour telling me everything that was wrong and why he was mad. 99% of it had nothing to do with that event that took place, and had everything to do with some other issues that he was fighting with his wife, struggling with some pretty major health complications, and with his daughter-in-law nearly having died in a car accident. And so there were other issues that were play there, but just by listening to him for an hour, hearing him out, and hearing his heart, and then apologizing for the part that I played in dropping the ball, he was able to let his guard down. And to this day, he and I are really good friends. As a leader, we have the capacity to calm down any rough situation. Even John Maxwell once said that in every conversation that we have, we bring with us two buckets, a bucket of water or a bucket of gasoline. And our ability to listen, to not speak, or to speak calmly in a situation determines which of those two buckets that we pour onto the conversation. It's my prayer that we can be peacemakers, that as leaders that we can do the job of pouring water into every conversation to bring more life and to calm down tense situations. That we as leaders can be people who are even calming down people in the world around us, that we're disarming people that are hostile to the gospel and the truth of the hope that we have in walking with Jesus. So I hope this is another helpful leadership tip for you to have in your leadership tool belt. Have a great week. God bless.